Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is your t-shirted historian, and welcome to another game of Settlement.
Hello.
Hello.
Throw on a little music here just to kind of keep things interesting. Maybe not that one.
Make sure it's especially copyrighted.
Yes. Oh, well, here we go. This is appropriate, right? That get us all in a nice festive mood.
Day
Well,
of the Dead.
Dias de los Muertos did happen recently.
Yeah, just a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's been a few weeks since we've played this. I was intending to run this last week, but, life is that thing that happens while you were busy making plans. So I'm kind of making up for it this week, which is why Grim is not running Robotech. But, like he said, he doesn't mind a whole bunch because it gives him a whole another week to get familiar with the Robotech rules.
Yep.
So
Which are a bit weird.
Which I'm expecting the Robotech game to be really awesome dynamite.
God damn it.
Or you could just, stop playing these silly games and, play something fun like, Fabula Ultima, because everybody wants to play that.
Well, I did finally get my Techno Fantasy book, so...
Oh, I'm so glad. How did you manage to get it?
It eventually turned up in the UK via Modifius, so...
I'm so glad you finally have it, so now we can actually play it. I would like to run that at some point, but I really want to get a few more games of that under my belt before I do.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped it on my table last night to show some of my players, and they've got a lot of interest in it too. So that's high up on my list.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to try out a lot of these combinations of stuff. Some of these new character classes that they've dropped, like the Joker and everything.
Not to mention all the homebrew stuff that people have been making up, like the Street
Fighter. Yeah.
The Fisherman.
Yeah. It's just... That game is just... that game is such a good little catch-all for pretty much anything you want to do.
Have they got the Surly Coward?
Well, basically, you could always build a character up that way.
Cool.
To me, I would kind of like to see it replace Big Eyes, Small Mouth, but it's kind of a bold
I don't
desire,
think Big
I
Eye
guess.
Small Mouth has as much of a following as it used to, probably.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anybody playing it very much. We played the 3.5 edition quite a few times at our table. But pretty much that was just like playing 3.5 with some options.
Yeah.
Because
It was almost the only game in town for anime apart from interlock/fusion games. So
yeah. Wasn't there like Teenagers from Outer Space?
Yeah, that was
yeah,
another
that was one of Maximum Mike's first games, I think.
Uh-huh. Maximum Mike, come on my show, please. Anyway, have to put that standard boilerplate out there. All right, so to kind of recap things, the settlement, has been kind of scooting along really slowly with people building weapons. You've got the remains of a rudimentary sort of wall, which probably wouldn't keep out a very determined cow, but it's something anyway. It does create kind of a little miniature barrier to entry that at least animals and stuff like that will realize, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't wander into here. But it is a interesting night passing through the jungle. I should say the forest. It's not really so much of a jungle at this point. In your little settlement, you've got your fire going, to kind of ward off the night chills and keep away animals, and somebody actually managed to find some bark that if it was burnt, it creates a smoke that keeps a lot of the biting insects out. So that person is very popular.
He's the new favorite.
Yep, he's the new favorite. It's actually probably one of the goblins, because the goblins seem to know quite a bit about how to survive out here from years and years of this being their actual home.
That's right, because we now have 2 goblins in the settlement.
Mm-hmm.
You also have a fish man.
Yep. We've had a fish man, though.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
just-
special anymore. Get over
Yeah.
it. So what happened with our downtime actions then? Because I actually put some thought into mine.
Oh, I totally missed that. Sorry.
I'm not going to count those downtime actions at this point, but I will for the next game, because this is a special one-off.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right.
But it'll still affect your settlement, but maybe not to the degree that an actual regular play session will. And that is because at the hour of midnight, the campfire turns an eerie shade of green.
That's probably not a good thing.
We're on TechML now. We just need a red room next.
The fire explodes outward, and a figure appears from the center of the flames. A beautiful human female figure clad in an impossibly elaborate raiment, who looks at your settlement with a disapproving gaze.
I put down the rock I was going to throw at her.
She looks at you all and she announces her name. I am Namahage, one of the Hell Kings. Tonight is a very special night for you. Once a year, the forces between the Sunless Realms and this one are weaker. In on those realms, most mortals hide in their hovels and try to wait out the night and the things that it brings. But for you, I have arranged a treat.
This is going to be bad, isn't it?
Very bad, I imagine.
Anybody else saying anything?
This is
Generally, when princes and princesses of hell speak, Augustus keeps his mouth shut.
And I do have full stats on the Hell King if you really want to fight her, but
No thanks.
No.
come on, it's a 20 hit dice monster. You'd take her. If Mal was here, he'd fight her.
Yeah,
would.
but he'd have built a character that had a chance of winning.
True, true. She says, "You are without resources, and so I'm going to send you to a place where you may find things that you need. And if you are quick and delve deeply enough, you will find an item of great value. But it won't be easy. These treasures are guarded. So, it's a treat and a trick. Ready your finest warriors, and prepare yourselves. Gives you all a minute to decide which characters are actually going to go on this.
So I say we send the goblins and wait here for them to get back.
So only Ironcaster will be playing tonight with some half-formed goblin characters.
One's almost done.
Well, I guess that's us.
Yep.
And Augustus.
Because it's always Augustus.
He can be our square. He can carry weapons and things for us.
Yeah, just think of me as Rory Kinnear.
Yes.
Oh, you have to use a Cornish accent, though.
I'm not sure I can do that, my lover. I think I would tend to be more West Country, more Somerset.
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 Got to talk slower for Somerset.
Look, me lad. She'll conjure a plume of green smoke that surrounds the chosen warriors who will embark on this, and you are whisked away by the smoke to appear somewhere you've never been before. A hillside. Somewhere in strange country.
I was expecting a dungeon, but fine.
Well, actually, that's the funny part, because this hillside is, in fact, part of a dungeon.
Is it still night?
It is still night.
Is it cold? Is it humid? Is it what?
Well, it is a bit cooler because it is a hillside somewhere in the middle of nowhere. It is a lonely hillside. There appears to be an entrance to the side of the hill, but you can see further up and back are structures that look like they descend into the hill itself as well. You will hear a passing whisper on the wind that says, "You have until dawn to gather as much treasure as you can. At the break of dawn, you will be returned to your home."
I suppose this is a chance to gather something good that can help our fellows survive. But when a Hell King invites you to enter the underworld, I feel like you can't refuse, but the refusing would be an excellent idea. But I suppose we shouldn't look a gift demon in the mouth.
It's only a gift, Hell King. I mean, theoretically, you could just sit out here on the hillside the entire night.
Have a nice picnic.
Yeah. Never go inside, and that would be the whole game. But
And then get killed by monsters coming out of the hillside.
there are definitely monsters inside that might come out.
Fishman.
Quick, kill it. Damn Kotar. What does the entrance to the hillside look like? Is it like an old barrow or an old dilapidated mine entrance, or?
It's a large hole in the mountainside that faces east. Rubble is strewn about. See some daylight. Well, there's no daylight penetrating the darkness, but the moonlight will reveal a worked tunnel beyond. You see humanoid tracks around the entrance.
Big, small, various?
Humanoid, like normal humans.
Okay. Can any of you buggers see in the dark?
Wait, I don't know. Wait, hold on. I think with my fishman underwater stuff, I might be able to see in the dark. Let me check.
With my special sonar senses, I can see in perfect darkness.
Okay, here
Thanks,
we go.
Batfink. My supersonic sonar radar will help me.
See no blooded. Here we go. And Water adapted and can. Oh. So I don't know if this counts because it says I can breathe water, see through it up to 120 feet, regardless of light. Does that mean I can only see underwater, or can I
I was
see
just
the
like,
depths
cool.
as well?
We'll just flood the caverns. That'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just swim through them.
Or we can just
Well-
pour water over your face constantly so you can see.
Yes, we have to waterboard the fish man in order for him to see in the dark.
He actually enjoys that.
Oh, do that again.
Well, I don't think we have any light making equipment, so if anyone's got a spell, anyone can do magic.
Were we given? Did I mishear this? Were we given a few moments to gather things?
Yes,
Did I hear that?
Okay.
you did.
I think I would definitely have gathered some light sources in that case, and some, baskets and carrying receptacles, etc.
Oh my god, that would only be intelligent.
I grabbed some armor as well.
Look, I just punch things. I don't need much. All right, well, get it lit then, and let's get on.
Yeah, I presume I would have just lit one from the fire, since I don't think we have much in the way of portable flint and steel and stuff, do we? So we'll just have to chain light one off t'other.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, who wants to go in front?
Bandara, you go to the front.
You've got
Right.
this.
I sigh deeply, tie my hair up in a knot around itself, and grab the torch off Augustus and make my way inside.
Oh, have I healed up to my max hit points?
It's been weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks.
Just double checking.
Yeah, 2 weeks. The real time passes between game sessions. So yeah, if you could realistically heal up in that amount of time, according to the rules, then yes, your character can heal up.
Okay, I'm at 14 HP. I'll go next to Bandara.
Kalia will go next.
So I'll go last.
Oh. Is anybody going to be looking more closely at the tracks or anything?
Yes. What do the tracks look like?
Well, like I said, they're humanoid footprints, but they look barefoot and clawed. Because a close inspection also reveals palm prints, as if the creatures sometimes move on all fours.
Would we know about lycanthropes?
Would you? Have you ever seen one?
Probably not. May have heard stories about something like that, though. Maybe, I guess. No,
Yeah, but people make up stories about stuff all the time.
that's fair enough. Hey guys, these tracks look really weird. I don't know what's going on.
Well, something demonic or horrible in one way or another.
And I'm sure we'll be finding out for first hand just what exactly made them.
Yep.
Well, the mountain winds can be heard whistling through this area.
Okay. Press on in. What do we see?
You enter the large hole, and inside you come across a kind of a long chamber, which splits off into two sections, to your left and to your right. But the thing that horrifies you is the fact that there is a giant spider in the corner. Huge.
Quick, kill it.
Away!
Wait. Giant as in a little spider that is really big, Or
No, it's
giant,
really-
as in, like man
it's-
size.
Really
Gelato.
big. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's big enough, you know, like it could jump on you and eat you.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I thrust the torch out in front of me towards it.
As you thrust the torch into its face, you see that its head has been torn apart and bite marks have been taken out of various areas, but that it has largely been left to rot.
Oh,
Quite
don't worry.
dead.
It's
Carcass.
dead.
And with the torch in here now, you can see that there are faded murals depicting various scenes of antiquity.
Are either the fangs still there, or have those been long since gone?
Oh yeah, long since.
I was hoping to take those.
Nope.
It's just a dried up husk.
Basically, or it's a rotting husk.
It's still
So
somehow
it's-
stuck to the web.
Yeah, it's still fresh enough that it's rotting in the process of decaying. From this area, you could either go leftward or rightward.
Left.
Let's go to the left.
We always go left, so let's go.
Always go left. All right. Well, as you proceed down the left hallway, it steps up to a doorway.
Okay. Look the doorway
Entering?
over.
Yeah.
What's it look like?
Stepping through the door,
What's the door look like?
it's just a plain door. No particular description, so.
Okay. Is it on a latch or anything?
It's a door, Grim.
Yes, but do I have to turn a handle to open it, or just push it, or yeah?
It seems like you could just push it.
Okay. I kick it open, not very hard, just using the bottom of my foot to push it open.
All right. Yeah. Inside, you see steps that lead to a raised dais with two large bas reliefs set against the east wall. The western wall has collapsed, which is leaving scattered debris. And there are alcoves to the north and the south. It's quite a big
Okay.
room.
Edge in slowly, lift the torch up over my head to shed more light for everybody else, and I'll move towards the center of the room and let them search.
You see the bas reliefs, which are 10 feet tall, fashioned out of great bronze slabs. You see one on the left that depicts a winged, crow-headed giant with 4 arms flying through vapors with humans in its claws. And the right shows scores of bare-chested humans worshipping a monolith flanked by twin moons.
Well, come on, boys. Check the alcoves.
The alcoves have carvings of mountain ranges and bare-chested humans battling various foes, such as serpent men, cyclopes, dwarves.
The
Southwest.
dwarf seems slightly out of place.
The southwest alcove contains a bas relief of a bald priest brandishing a crow-hilted dagger. Something kind of catches your eye about the dagger.
Are there any other exits from this room?
Yes. There's the way you came in, and there is directly opposite another door. There's also pieces of the broken debris which catch your eye because there are sections of a collapsed wall that have pieces of bas relief, the bronze, which might be worth a little bit of money, but at the very least, it's bronze.
First rule of the dungeon is like bread rolls at a restaurant. You don't want to fill up on them.
Well, we can always drop those off if we find something better.
True. Let me know when you're done poking around and we'll try the next door.
Let's go on.
More precision about this depiction of this dagger.
Mm-hmm.
In what way is it inconsistent with its background or whatever? You mentioned that something is discernible about it.
It kind of looks like it sticks out a little bit more.
As if it's detachable?
Possibly.
I'm just trying to think what Augustus would have grabbed that he would have had. He's probably got like a bone knife on him or something, or a flint knife, flint blade. He'll use that just to see if he can just to see if it lifts out of if the hand forms a slot that the whole thing is sitting in other words, to see if he can pry it out.
Well, prying on it doesn't seem to do anything. However, the dagger does appear to be able to be pressed like a button.
Shipmates,
Go ahead.
Here.
I'll come closer with the torch so we can all see better.
You got something there?
It looks like, and ever so gingerly, not so ginger. Hopefully, not so forcefully as to actually activate it. He'll just sort of use the tip of the blade to just kind of tink against the dagger and sort of try to show them that it actually moves or has some flexibility to it.
Mm-hmm.
So?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Go on then, Augustus, give it a poke.
Okay, I'll do exactly that.
Press on it, and a secret drawer pops out of the base of the bas relief. Open the drawer, I figure, and what you see inside are 3 sets of deteriorating stoles that are probably worth some money. They have crow and moon insignias.
Well, not what I was hoping for.
Neat.
How decaying?
Well, they're deteriorating. I mean, they're old, but they're still usable. They're serviceable, and they're still worth money. If you ever find anybody to trade with, they are actually considered part of the treasure. So is the bronze pieces.
I mean, they're light. I mean, they're basically just sort of wide scarves, aren't they? Really, so they're not going to be hugely weighty. I presume their value lies in the fact that they're embroidered.
Yeah, basically, it's strip of fabric used as an ecclesiastical vestment worn over the shoulders and hanging down to the knee or below.
Yeah, it's a scarf.
Yeah.
Well, since Augustus is wandering around only in his posing pouch, you should be thankful for that much, by the way. He will actually just take one as a kind of affectation more than anything else, and the other two he'll fold up and shove in one of the baskets. I think he's probably carrying these baskets kind of yoke-like, so he's got 2 of them and then a stick between them, so he's got 2 of them slung over his shoulder. So he'll just stick the other 2 in there, unless anybody else particularly feels the need to get themselves up in some ecclesiastical rig.
I'm fine without it.
And actually, in principle, if you tore them in half, they're going to be what? 8 feet long, maybe a bit more. Split them in half, 16 feet, 2 of them times 4. You've got nearly 50 feet of sort of possible rope here.
Well, there's 3 of them, so.
if they look fancy, then
They do.
Then Jan is gonna put them on. He's taking off his sari and wearing the ecclesiastical garments.
I think the sari is worth more money, but as you wish.
Why not both?
Yeah, both. I'll wear both. I'll wear the ecclesiastical garments over the sari.
Okay.
Well, shall we move on? I think we've about exhausted this place.
When this adventure is over with, I'm going to have to show you guys how this adventure is laid out, because you guys will really like the way that they do this. And it's one of the things I like about Tales of Argosia. It's, the designers of this are obviously gamers, and they are really good about how they impart information to GMs.
Nice. I can't
All
wait.
right. Up to the next door.
All right, heading through the door. It's pitch black in here, and there are stone steps that lead down. Kind of curve down.
Okay. Step inside to the middle again and hold the torch aloft so everyone else can see.
Yep.
Is it just an empty room? There's no decoration or anything?
No, I said there are steps that lead down to another room.
Okay. Well,
Quite a bit of a ways down. It's quite a. I mean, like literally, it's a spiraling. Well, not a complete spiral, but it's like a squared off staircase that leads down.
Slowly ease down then.
Before we go, you mentioned before that these are essentially just kind of doors hanging on hinges, push, pull, open, no handles, blah blah blah. Is that there's no way of no integral way of locking them or barring them, and us being on the wrong side of them, right?
I mean, I suppose they could be barred, or you could always, push heavy stuff up against them and block them. But one thing kind of gives you just the feel of this place kind of gives you the idea that this place is either some kind of a temple or maybe a tomb. Neither one of those is not really settling well.
Well, hopefully it won't be ours.
I don't know. The Hell King's only given you so long to check this place out, so.
Best we keep pressing on then.
Yep.
Yep. So take up the lead again with the torch and slowly and carefully make my way down the stairs.
Ooh. Going all the way down to 7th level, or 2nd level already. All right. That's pretty quick. Like totally bypass the first level doing this. Yeah.
Lucky number two.
This area is pitch black, but you do see more of the clawed and handed footprints all over the place. It is icy cold down here. So cold that it's unnatural. Your breath actually seems to condensate. You see a barred prison cell to the east. 2 tables along the west wall. Floor is covered in dust. And there is no sign of any tracks down here. But there is unnaturally cold air that pervades this room.
So the tracks are on the stairs leading down, but then don't cross the room at the bottom?
Yes, and there are 2 exits from this room. With no doors to either one.
Anything on the tables?
Yeah, you go check out the table. See, there are several dust-laden shackles and keys, some ceramic mugs, and some decaying wooden batons.
It's a British police station from the 1970s. None of that sounds particularly useful or helpful.
I Actually, Jan is going to look at the rods. Are any of them appearing the least bit odd or perhaps magical?
The batons? Nah.
Yep.
They're
Damn it.
just decaying wood.
Okay, never mind.
And, you know,
It's, up and it's like, okay, never mind. Let's get out of here.
yeah, they're basically turning into punk.
Hey, you see, if we had Simon here, I'm sure he could find a creative use for them. But
Should we check out the jail cell? See if it's open?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
amongst the keys on the table, are any of them clearly of a different size, i.e., perhaps to fit a door lock rather than a shackles lock?
Yes. In fact, you're almost positive that some of these keys go to this prison cell that they're checking out now.
I'll pick them up.
Okay. The cell is comprised of bronze bars with a locked gate, as you find out when you try to open it.
Was there anything beyond the bars?
Yes. You see a crumbling cot that is holding a yellowed skeleton, which appears to be kind of small. Now, you might not be interested in the skeleton, except that, peering through the, through the torch light, you can see that there's a glint of something metal on one of the skeleton's hands.
Try them keys you got.
Oh, after you.
I'm holding the torch, so someone with both hands free in case you need to give it some welly.
All right, Kalia will step over to inspect the skeleton. He's got his weapon ready, just in case.
All right. You see that the right hand of the skeleton bears a ring of some sort that looks valuable.
Now, it could be the skeleton is as he is because of this ring, but perhaps not. And you guys think I should risk it?
Yes, totally.
Yes. I think it's a ring of I forgot my Halloween costume.
In which case, Kalia will reach out to grab the hand.
Yeah. Well, the ring obviously comes apart from the skeleton with the finger still attached, but now that you look at it, the ring is made of mithril with a mountain motif, and it's probably worth quite a bit of money. But that's not the only thing that happens. Because as you pick up the ring, you see what looks like an shadowy, dwarf-like form appear inside the room. Seems to be looking at what you're doing. Kind of a haunted voice. What are you doing there?
Can we all see it? Just him?
Everybody can see it.
Okay. So we're going past it.
Well, as Kalia turns to the voice and Ruck sees it, just picking up a lost ring.
That'd be my ring.
Indeed, it is, which is why it would be such a shame for it to rot down here and forgotten from all the time. Don't you think?
Indeed. Well, I'm not one to just let people take what belongs to me, whether I'm dead or alive. But I'll make you a little bargain.
I'm listening.
That's my corpse there.
such a terrible place to have come to rest. It looks.
Indeed. I absolutely agree. Which is why I would like you to take what's left of me and bury it someplace else. I'd prefer a mountain. I really like mountains. But any place is better than here. It'd be nice if you could say some nice words over the bones, but I won't hold you to too much. But if you do that for me, I'll let you take the ring unmolested. Otherwise,
I think we could arrange that. What do you guys think?
I guess if it's just the bones, he's a dwarf, so it's not a huge skeleton. We could divide it up amongst ourselves.
Or we can have Augustus carry in.
True.
Now, small counter proposal there, sir. Burial above ground, facing the stars. If you're prepared to give us the details, with a rich and full epitaph of all of your deeds.
it would take too long. And I don't think you have that kind of time.
Oh well, I'm not suggesting it necessarily happens this evening, but when we have the leisure to do so.
I'm not sure that I can leave this place.
Well, in that case, how about you do us a favour? What do you know about this place?
It's a prison cell.
Yes.
More broadly.
It's not a good place. There's things that will roam around here, but they're afraid of me. They don't come down here.
And you knew this place when you were alive, did you?
Used to be a tomb.
Ah.
Well, I guess technically it still is. I mean, you're here.
No, not for me, but for someone else, something else. Dedicated to some minor deity named Kursaba.
Were you intended to be a sacrifice or something?
I don't know what they had intended for me, but I do remember there was a nice woman. She showed me kindness while I was imprisoned. And there was some black-haired bastard, kind of looked like you. Used to hit me with one of those clubs.
Well, let's not be colorist about people's hair, shall we?
Right. Surely we have a sack or something we could collect your remains in, or some cloth we could bundle them up in.
Immediately, everybody looks at the stoles that you guys got.
Well, Augustus did say he was grabbing some like baskets and things. So
Yeah, I've got a couple of wicker work,
yeah.
basket type things. So
Well, I've got an idea. Why don't you guys weekend at Bernie's him all the way through the dungeon?
I did consider saying, well, if they're afraid of you, why don't you come with us in your current form? But I suspect that would be stretching the point.
So we're going to take a basket full of dwarf bones to Grandma's house.
Is there anything special about the ring? Does it have any sort of properties to it?
It's a nice ring.
Indeed it is.
It's mithril. I mean, not like you can find that anywhere.
Maybe we can melt it down. It'll become more through transmutation. Or something.
I mean, the shade will kind of laugh. Fishman, if you can build a fire hot enough to smelt that ring.
I don't know. It's somewhat plausible.
I mean,
Maybe
it
not
was
where we are, but maybe somewhere else.
worked originally.
Hmm.
But once you've smelt a ring once, you don't want to smelt it again.
For he who smelt it, dealt it.
Thank you for your kind assistance. We will do our utmost to transport your body, or as much of it as we can, to somewhere else.
Just don't want to be buried down here. That's all.
None of us
Perhaps
would
we
want to
should
with
bury
that.
him in our graveyard.
Oh, yeah. Bone meal is good for the soil, so everyone's a winner.
So practical.
So considerate.
Yeah. All right. So what were the exits?
let me-
Sorry, go on.
Let me just see if I've got this right. I get to lug around, and let's bear in mind, dwarves are dense-boned bastards. I get to lug around a bunch of bones for the sake of one trinket, which is essentially useless to us. Do I have that right? Do I précis everything correctly?
Yeah, I think you've got it all right.
Just think about it as it saves us from being from a haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, only if
And
you
it-
take the ring.
It puts a lost hero to rest. That's got to be worth something, hasn't it? And if he's tied to his mortal remains, maybe he can help us if we get into trouble later.
It's good for the karma.
Oh, you're one of those, are you? All right. And if the shade is still there, Augustus will endeavour to make sure that Kalea is between him and the shade at all points while he sort of picks up the bones and clatters and rattles them into the basket.
There we go. I'm so happy to see you came around to it. This will be for the good of all of us.
Yes. I notice, however, you're still carrying the ring.
Well, I did pick it up.
Maybe it will turn out to be magic. Who knows?
A shade
So,
will bow and tell you.
Well, Dread Spirit, before you depart, which way do you think we should go?
Really don't know. I mean, if it was back in the day and I was still alive, I could probably tell you which way to go, but I don't even know how long I've been down here.
Which way did the last lot of strange creatures that you saw go?
Seems like they come from both sides.
You're really not very helpful.
Do you have any warnings for us?
Yeah, always check your wood when you're mining.
Okay, what are the exits? The stairs back up.
And one and another way out.
Just the one.
Well, there's two, but the one way out leads back to the stairs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the other exit then. Let's sidle towards that. There were no doors though, right?
No. He
Okay.
will tell you though before he departs. My name was Nordrum.
Nordstrom?
Nordrum.
Oh, Nordstrom. I got it.
Make sure you get it right when you put it on my tombstone.
Now, monuments extra, mate. Monuments extra.
You sure it's not Norton? You installed yourself in our party without so much as a by your leave, and now you're sending us on a bullshit quest.
No. You see, his name is Nordstream, which is this live stream sponsor.
You guys really want me to roll a reaction roll?
All right. Open doorway. There's Sneaky sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
It's pitch black in here, and before you even get into this place, you hear the sound of grizzly chomping and slurping. You see more of these clawed footprints and handprints everywhere.
Better put the basket of dwarven goodies down for a minute. It sounds like we may be having some challenges ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay,
They've
let's
probably,
put the basket down.
they've probably seen the light already. But we need it to see. Yeah, someone else take this. I need both fists free to fight.
I'll take it.
Okay. And with him holding the torch edge a little bit closer towards the gnashing and chomping noises.
Yep. Stepping in.
Yep.
Now then you see them. Strange humanoids. Mostly hairless with clawed limbs. White, unseeing, opaque eyes. And skin stretched over their forms. Bellies kind of distended. They kind of resemble misshapen walking corpses. Only at this point they're hunched over a group of bodies and eagerly feasting on them.
Ghouls. How many are there?
There are 5 of them.
Careful not to touch their venom.
Well, I guess if we have the drop on them, we should charge.
Yep.
All right, everyone apart from Augustus to the front, and yeah, attack them as quick and as hard as possible.
Charge!
All right. Yep, party gets to go first.
All right, I will attack first then. So attack rolls a d20, aren't they?
They are.
All right. So that is.
I think K-Mike is here.
Is he? Is he in the back? Yes, there he is.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
All
Hey.
right, just in time.
So, somewhere from the back of the party, Scleros appears almost as if by smoky magic. You'll have to fill him in on the details later, though, because combat is beginning.
I got 25 on my attack roll.
God. Okay. Yeah, you hit.
And do I have another ability? I thought I did, but that might have been a different game. Okay, so I do 14 damage.
Oh, nasty.
Shock 3 against AC 15 or less.
You will get your
trauma
shock. Yeah, you'll get your shock damage.
Okay. I forget how that works. But my trauma roll is 4.
That's too low. They're undead anyway, so trauma's not gonna do shit to these things.
Yeah. I forget what shock does, but
Shock is extra damage that is applied when you miss.
okay, but I didn't miss. So
Right.
yeah. And I do 1d6 damage even on a miss anyway, so alright, so yeah, 14 hit points of damage as I go charging up behind one of these things and kick it really hard up the ass.
You can definitely feel some of its bones and stuff cave in when you kick it. It looks visibly wounded. It'll turn and hiss at you, but it does not die instantly from it.
Alright, who's up next?
I'm next. I'm going to charge in with my longsword.
Okay.
I got
Cool.
an 11.
and you charge right past the ghoul, sinking your longsword into the corpse that it was chewing on. It kind of used a leg as a blocking device.
I'm gonna try to pull my way out, but that's my end of my turn.
Cutting their food up for them in an attempt to win them over.
Yeah. In other words, you rolled too low.
Yeah.
So, it's a ghoul and
Isn't it
anything
two
else?
ghouls?
So
Five
it's a pack of
ghouls.
Oh, 5
Oh
ghouls.
boy.
Huh.
We need the next person to go. We've had 2 guys go. 3 of you.
Kelly can
All
go
right.
next. He's going to bust out the trusty warhammer.
Donk.
Let's see. I'm going to assume an 8 does not hit.
No, although you will smash some tile up real good.
Loud noises. Everybody wins.
Yeah, yeah. Augustus and Scleros.
I will approach behind one of these brave attackers, and I will attack from second rank with my spear.
Okay.
Poke, poke, poke.
Just waiting on the,
Nope.
on the number.
14.
14.
Yep.
Exactly what you needed to hit.
All right. Spear's 1d6, right?
I don't know. You have your weapon damage written down?
Sorry, I just kind of blundered into here and booted up my computer. D6, no, that's a bow.
Which is it, a big spear or a little spear?
It's the ones we fashioned really early on, so I'm guessing it's not a. It is a basic.
Okay, well, the easiest way to figure it out is it take 2 hands or is it throwable?
It is throwable.
So it's a light spear. And yeah, they are a D6.
Right. Apologies. That's a 2.
2 damage?
Yes.
Okay, it looks a little bit more wounded, but it's still standing. That leaves us with Augustus.
Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't think this encounter would be that tough, but
5 ghouls, 14 hit points of damage doesn't really phase them. No, we're fucked, especially if they've got paralysis. Now you'll have to remind me about the initiative system in this game. We notionally go first, but is there a delay action? Or am I committed to carrying out all my acts on this phase?
no, you go when you want to. You're a hero.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go and they all need the torchlight. Me standing there with the only light source going down like a sack of spuds will be useless. So I'm going to go and stand next to Scaleros because he's in second rank. So if any of the ghouls break through to attack him, I'll be in a position to help him. So that is what I will do. And also because I think, if I remember rightly, Scaleros is the one who Augustus has been sucking up to the most recently.
Actually, these ghouls are a lot easier than, I should say, like the ones out of old school Essentials, because those bad boys have 3 attacks per round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The armor class is the same, though. The hit dice, these have like just one more hit dice than your standard old school Essentials. But they both do have the paralysis thing, and they are undead, so they're a pain in the butt. Speaking of which, let's see what there's 5 of them. There's 5 of you, so we'll all make individual attacks against everybody. Let's see what my hit numbers look like. 3 hit dice,
Just
so
say
it's
no.
+3. Unless they go into frenzy, you're probably going to be okay. I hadn't actually had a chance to roll a reaction roll for them, but since you just kind of walked in and started hitting them, it's kind of like, okay, well, the reaction seems pretty obvious what they're going to do.
Don't we get a second turn if we ambush them?
Do you?
I don't know, do we?
I've never heard that rule, but... See,
Because
what a
usually the surprise round goes first and then you go to normal turns.
See. I guess we'd call it a surprise round. I mean, you did kind of interrupt them during supper.
So can we get a second attack then?
Just a minute. Just give me a sec here, Grim.
No.
Grim
After
trying
pushing
to...
that, kill.
Grim trying to, like, run everything here. Like he's
Not
a GM or
trying,
some
right.
shit.
Just trying to play to the advantages, because that was kind of the point of ambushing them.
Yeah. I don't have Mal here to call out rules for me, so I'm gonna have to say that, yeah, since this is a surprise round, you guys can go ahead and get a second round of actions. Although that does mean that Augustus has to move now, otherwise he can't do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll move, as I say, next to Scaleros anyway, so that's fine.
And
All
that's the sum total of your move for your surprise round?
Yes, because I don't want to get I don't want the torch to be basically potentially out of range. It's the only light source we have, and if it falls on if I get paralyzed and it falls on the floor, we don't want it falling on the floor nearer to them than us.
I didn't really get an answer on, or I don't remember getting an answer on whether or not I can see in the dark, at least a little bit.
I don't have your character sheet, so I don't know whether or not you can see in the dark. That's,
I have Eno-blooded, and I have the one that allows you to see underwater and 120 feet. It's the level 1.
Yeah, Xenoblooded gives you see in the dark.
Oh, then I have it.
You don't need to sleep, eat, or breathe.
I have the water adapted one. You have the invisible radiations one.
Oh, I just took mine out of the core book, not unless yours came with your race.
No, you choose one set of benefits. Mine is I'm water adapted, can breathe water and see through it up to 100.
Why is this important right now in the middle of combat?
Just because
Exactly.
So no,
It's irrelevant.
Anyway, I rolled to hit. I succeeded, assuming his armor class hasn't drastically elevated since.
No.
And I did him 16 points of damage this time.
16 points of damage. Yeah. You watch his face crumple underneath your assault. So that's one down.
Crunch.
What's next?
Kalia will take a second swing at his.
All right.
It's been too long since I've used this thing. It's off balance. Let me shift my grip here. Let's see, 14 plus 1, 15.
15 hits.
And D8 plus 2 for 9.
That is right on the money. You will kill this one outright as you crush its skull and watch its, head pretty much crush down into its chest and rib cage. Yep. The really gross, squishy sound. There are 3 left.
All right.
Is my sword cut free from the body now?
What?
Is my sword cut from the body now that the ghoul is feeding on?
I guess. I mean, unless you just left it in there for some reason.
No, I tried to pull it out. I was pulling out last time I had my turn. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh,
Okay, now you have to. Okay, so we're gonna have to invent a mini game to figure out if Jan's pull-out game is any good.
All right. I'll go stabbing again.
Go stab.
13. Damn.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. You'll stab
still
one.
hits. All right.
Yep. 13 still hits.
Cock die. 2
Um,
again.
Jan probably forgot this, and so did Kalia. But you guys do have that little thing that's next to your weapons that's really important, and it's called shock. And every time you miss, you still get to apply your shock damage if the target's armor value is that number or lower. It's really important, so you shouldn't forget that. How much damage did you do, Mike?
2 again.
2 again?
Yep.
Yeah, you will manage to nickel and dime one there.
Putting this dice aside.
That dice is just, not a good one. Just throw
Dice
that thing
jail
away.
for you.
Yeah, dice jail. All right. So, Jan, are you going to do something?
Yep, I am going to attack the closest school.
Do it.
Okay. D20 plus 1.
That is conveniently Scleros' ghoul because I like to stay
it.
on the same
Dirty.
ghoul the whole time. Dirty 20? Good.
And that's a D8, I think. Let me double check. Yep, a D8 damage. Let's roll it. 5 damage.
Nice. Nice. Not brilliant, but nice.
Mhm.
All right. Augustus.
If there's, bearing in mind I'm second rank, as it were, if a ghoul has kind of stumbled through sort of towards me and is in easy swiping distance with a dagger, I will stab at it. But I won't. I won't move closer to them in order for that to happen.
It's a big room. One of them is definitely going to be stepping up to attack somebody near you, so...
All right, okay. Might as well try and sort of, flail around and change very little about the scenario.
Do it.
Do it. That's a 14 base attack, 15 all told.
Nice hit.
Dagger is D6.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 points damage.
Respectable for a dagger.
It's enough to kill a mage.
Definitely enough to kill a mage. A first level mage. Okay. But not enough to kill this thing. Alright. Let's see, I've got 3 ghouls left. So they're gonna space out their attacks at Scleros, Bandara, and Jan. Are you ready to receive my attack, Bandera?
Yes,
Will my 16 hit you?
it will.
Okay. You saw take a whole 6. Well, actually, a whole. What did I roll? 3? Okay. 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And you must make a save or be paralyzed.
A physical save, yes?
Of course.
I fail.
Wow. It's okay.
So having dispatched one of them, I get raked with claws and just sort of topple over with a rictus on my face. Thunk, lockjaw.
Yep. This thing kind of hisses and giggles, knowing it's got a fresh meal right in front of it now. Let's see. Does this man prefer fish? Let's see. Does an 18 hit Jan?
I imagine it does because I can't seem to find where the armor is on the settlement sheet. So he hits definitely.
Okay. You take 6 points of damage from a ghoul claw, and you must save versus paralysis.
Uh-oh. Let me subtract the damage first, just to make sure. 8 hit points left. And
Had you been wearing armor, it might have stopped some of that damage.
Oh, I know. I just couldn't find the armor on the sheet.
So you're not wearing any?
Yeah, I don't think he is right now, unfortunately.
And whose fault is that it's not on the settlement sheet?
It's not mine, is it?
Yes.
Well, if it's
I certainly don't have your character sheets.
yeah, I don't write stuff in on your character sheets.
No, I didn't know there was any like I looked on the settlement game notes and there's no armor on there.
It's on you to fill that in.
Okay, I'll do that next time. So this is physical or luck?
I don't think a lot of people have actually found armor, so
No. It's a physical save.
Okay,
yes.
D20. That's a 15. That is over my physical of 13.
So the fishman is paralyzed with ghoul venom. Well, that's,
But he rolled it. But he rolled over his save.
oh, he rolled over his save. Okay, never mind. I thought he said his save was over the number. Okay.
No, I have a 13 save, but I got a 15. That's what I meant.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Awesome.
The ghoul venom does not affect you. No big. All right. And our last contestant is Scleros.
All right.
Going for all the strongest guys first. Ooh, God, that dirty 20 is gonna.
Oh, you said it.
The-
Damn.
Dirty 20 is gonna hit all day long.
Strongest.
all right.
Scleros eats 9 points of ghoul's claw.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's pretty painful. I will say this: the ghouls in this hit a lot harder than the old school Essentials one.
Physical save.
Oh yeah.
10 under 13.
Scleros is paralyzed. So okay, Bandara and Scleros are both paralyzed with ghoul stuff, and I would roll the time, but honestly, since it's in minutes. Yeah, this combat will be long over, and the party will have either fled and left you to your fate, or be dead. So now it looks like it's up to Augustus and Kalia and John to save the party from 3 ghouls.
I lie there and contemplate my life choices.
And what led you to this sorry fate?
Yeah.
All right, guys, actions.
I guess I'm gonna attack the ghoul that attacked me.
Why? That's a smart choice. Why don't you do that?
Yes, I will. That's a 16.
That hits all day long.
Awesome. And that's 3 damage.
Okay. This ghoul kind of looks at you puzzled why you just, why you choose to leave it with 1 hit point, but it'll stand there and just kind of like be grateful for it. Just couldn't quite commit, could you there, sir?
Nope.
Gotta
Okay.
follow through.
Gotta follow through. So hopefully Augustus can run over there and 1 point it.
First we're telling him to pull out, now follow through. We're confusing him.
Kalia's going to go help out Bandara with his.
Okay, so Augustus, it's up to you. You can actually sink the winning play and get this ghoul off of Jan and Scleros.
Except, yes, right. If it's the same one,
Yeah.
then yes, then absolutely, I'm going to go for the one that just dropped Scaleros. Yes. When he was paralyzed, did he kind of sort of and grip his spear like he's just been electrocuted, or did he drop the spear?
I think when you're paralyzed, you drop everything that you're holding. So
Good.
I mean,
In which case,
I could take a moment to look it up, but
No. Well, I'm good with that. That's fine if we want to just run with that. So yes, in that case, I will drop the torch and the dagger, pick up the spear and have at it, and that will be +1, 13 to hit. Don't know. That's
Yeah, that is exactly what you needed to hit, but you realize your dagger does the same amount of damage as a spear, right?
Yes, but I'm not sure that Augustus would know that.
Okay.
The spear keeps them further away.
That
Not
too.
re- it's a light spear, so not really, but...
The spear does have a shock of 1, as long as it's 18 or less.
Yeah, but
Written,
he
alright,
didn't
so-
miss,
It doesn't matter because
Okay.
it is. So that's 4 points of damage again.
which is overkill, but yes, Augustus actually manages to drop a ghoul. There are only 2 left now. They're completely unharmed, but
So, I rolled in that one.
oh dear. That is bad. Let me take a look at the fumble chart real quick.
Uh-oh.
Crits and fumbles.
You're going to end up doing a reverse Thor, aren't you? That's where the hammer doesn't fly to you; it flies away from you.
Okay, I'm using the fumble chart for Tales of Argosia for this. So it says a crit. It says on a fumble, an immediate counterattack in melee. So ghoul immediately counterattacks, which is basically like they're in frenzy. I think the ghoul missed though, because I don't think a 6 hits you.
A 6 does not hit.
So it scrabbles at you, trying to take advantage of your clumsy miss, but fails to hit you. A little hair-raising there for a moment.
Yeah, at least it's not like something out of a Kung Fu Hustle where my Warhammer goes flying, bounces off 3 walls, and stabs me.
Yeah, at least. Unfortunately, for the 2 ghouls, or I should say for you, is the 2 ghouls now get to go. So, Kalia, since this one's already scrabbling after you, it will go ahead and take its actual shot, and whoop with a 5, completely miss. The other one has seen Augustus's power and will go after him. And it fumbles. So, Augustus, you get an immediate counterattack against this ghoul.
All right. That is 6, 7. So no, that'll be a miss.
Yeah, you two basically scramble and dance around in the depths of this crypt, but neither one of you manages to hit anything. Perhaps you were both slipping on the same patch of blood.
It's that patch of tiles I broke up earlier.
No, it's probably blood. This there's a lot of fresh corpses in this chamber. Or semi-fresh. It is the party's turn again. There are still 2 ghouls.
I'm going to immediately go to attack the same one again.
Do it!
That's the opposite, nat 20.
Oh! Well, now I get to check the other side of the screen. So,
Nice
a
recovery.
crit's PC, or a crit, on a crit, a PC's max damage plus half your level rounded up.
Let's see. I do 1d10, 11 damage. Wait. Plus, round 1, 12.
You did 12 damage?
Well, it's 1d8 plus 2.
All right.
Plus
This
on
is the
third level.
Okay, nice. So, this ghoul only had 5 hit points, so he explodes. We are left with 1 more ghoul, and man, he's a tough one. These are 3 hit dice monsters, so. But it is the party's turn, so Augustus and Jan, what are you doing?
I'm attacking the ghoul that is there still the ghoul with 1 hit point left?
No, Augustus killed that one.
Oh,
There's only one.
I'll attack the
There is
other.
only 1 ghoul left. It is fresh.
I'm going after the other ghoul.
What other ghoul?
P plus 1. That's a nat 20.
It is?
Hey.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then just like the other guy, you get to get your maximum damage plus half your level rounded up in
Okay.
damage.
Maximum damage plus- Okay. So that means that I do 8 plus 3, so 11 damage.
Respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is by the way, this is a Tales of Argosia crit and fumble system. So
Nice.
I kind of like it actually. It makes your crits are still kind of respectable, and they get better at higher levels. So anyway, so this ghoul is still standing, but just barely. Augustus, can you finish it?
Is there any kind of flanking bonus mechanic?
Must I look these things up?
No, you don't have to. GM Fiat and all that.
I mean,
zero.
Maybe just a +2 to his attack.
Rule of cool. Let's see. This thing has an index, but it doesn't have one for something that simple. So let me see.
Well, hang on. Let me just roll
combat.
the dice because it might be totally unnecessary depending on what I roll.
That is also true.
Yeah, see, that's totally unnecessary because I just rolled a 3. So no.
Okay. Well, saved me some trouble, didn't it?
Ah.
All right. Yeah. Augustus runs over there with his spear and manages to pole vault across the room spectacularly, but does absolutely no damage. The ghoul, however, approves. As he tries to bite you.
I seem paralyzed, but in my head, I'm holding up a 9.9 card.
Augustus, the ghoul fumbled, giving you an immediate counterattack.
Okay, so that is 19, 20, but not nat.
Okay,
And
that's a hit.
6 is 6 points of damage.
6 points.
Ugh.
That is, it had actually 6 points left on it. It will die at your hands. Nice job, Augustus. You've actually managed to dispatch 2 ghouls.
Well, now, no, let's just correct the record here and just say that he simply contributed vaguely towards the end.
All right, combat is over with. All the ghouls are dead. These guys are actually pretty tough, but I don't know if they were any worse than old school essential ghouls, because old school essential ghouls have 2 claws for a D3 plus paralysis and 1 bite for a D3 plus paralysis. So the trade-off is these do more damage, but the other ones have 3 chances to hit you and get paralysis. So overall, I rate the OSE ghouls as worse, even though they do less damage.
Do they have anything on them of value?
I'm so glad you asked. Yes, they do have carry loot. And I get to roll on the carry loot table. Or actually, you do, I should say. Oh, I've never used this, and this is something I like from Tales of Argosia, is the carry loot table. In fact, why don't I put this up on the screen so you guys can enjoy it too?
Show and tell, children.
I'll show and tell, yes. Yes. And the only reason I'm really showcasing Argosia is because my pledge is coming in the mail soon-ish. So here we go. Here's Carry Loot B table. And each one of them has carry loot. So there are 5 ghouls. There's 5 of you. I will let you roll 1d100.
I got 48.
48. Okay. Silver's equal to the reverse of the digits on the D100 roll, plus an item. So what did you got a 48?
Yes.
So you have 84 silver. Mark that down and roll a D10.
Sorry, I had to write that down.
I understand.
And that was a 4.
4. That is a holy symbol of some sort, which is in this case, it'd be a crow symbol.
Good enough for me.
Right. Who is next?
I guess I am. I'll roll.
Okay. And all the paralyzed people will be unparalyzed after a few minutes. So,
So it's D100?
yes, it's a D100.
Okay. 46.
Okay, you get silvers equal to the reverse of the digits, so you get 64 silver.
Nice.
And roll 1d10.
Okay. 6.
You get a bag of marbles. Actually, no, an iron spike.
Nice.
Might be useful for something.
I'm definitely putting that on the sheet. Spike.
Huh? Next.
Oh, do I roll again?
I think somebody else would like a roll since there was 5 ghouls, 5 of you.
I was just confused. My bad.
I'll roll in, assuming that I'm no longer paralyzed.
Oh, I thought
Like
we
I
were
said,
going down the line.
Well, like I said, everybody who was paralyzed becomes unparalyzed after a few minutes. So
28.
28. You have silvers equal to 50 plus the sum of the digits on the roll. So you have 78 silvers.
Okay.
I'm kind of glad you're not having to roll in the valuables table because you could end up with a bunch of promissory notes, and who needs that?
Well, we probably need toilet paper.
That's about all it'd be worth.
Well, a couple of cases. I mean, that iron spike is worth more than all these fucking coins.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Didn't we find there is a city? Or, well, I actually don't
Yes.
even know where we are right now. I assume we're back in the crypt.
This is a different crypt. This is not your crypt.
This is
But-
supposed to be an alternate dimension.
With enough silver coins and a sock, if we can find one, we can take on lycanthropes. So
Yeah, there you go. And plus silver can melt down.
Mhm.
So, who's our next roller? Augustus,
I'll
why don't
go.
you take a roll?
Yeah.
62.
62. Gold pieces equal to the sum of the digits on the D100 roll. So you have 62 gold pieces. That was easy.
Do I have 62 gold pieces or do I have 8? 6 and 2.
6 and 2. It's equal to the sum of the digits.
so 8.
So 8.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Anyone left? Besides me?
I
don't think so.
think you're. I think you're it.
Go for it. 97.
97. Roll 3d20 on the valuables table. Uh-oh.
Valuables A we're looking at?
Yeah. Valuables A. 3 die
But
20.
I can't get higher than... Alright. Let's see. 2 11s and a 15.
So what is that? 37? No. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they
Who-
each counted as... Alright, yep.
No, they add
Yeah.
together, I believe.
Oh, I thought I was just rolling up to 20. Yeah, so 37.
I don't know. It's kind of it doesn't make any sense. I mean, when you guys look at that, what do you see? Is this roll 3 die 20? Is it just roll 20 times or 3 times on here? And you never get it. You never get into this because this is a D100, isn't it?
Then the highest you could get would be...
A 60.
60, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Well-
I'll let you do it either way.
I mean, I'm sort of assuming that it would tell you to, it would give you a number between 1 and 5. So, for different monsters might have different, more valuable items.
Well, it doesn't say that. It just says carry loot B, and that's carry loot B, and that's the roll. It's 3 die 20 on valuables A. So I
add
guess
it
that's
up.
what we're doing. So roll 3 die 20. You got 2 11s and a 15.
Yeah.
So
I'll take them as separate rolls.
I figured. Wow. So you have a choice. It's either a gold gilded lantern with an Argonia star or a silver ivy motif ring.
I think
would
the
say the
latter
lan-
might be useful.
I would
Yeah,
say so.
Why not both?
Well, no, it's or.
Oh no, I rolled 2 11s. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you get both.
And then the 15 would be
A fine painting of the lost temple of Ortru Manon, nestled at the base of a mountain valley. And you know what? I'm gonna copy those into the private chat so you guys can have them to refer back to. Hopefully somebody will list them on your treasure.
We can finally get some fine art.
That you have no walls to hang them up on.
We can nail it to a tree.
We'll build a wall.
And the goblins will pay for it.
Well. Yeah. By the way, yeah, that's artwork from Tales from Argosia too, and you can see it's very nicely illustrated. Okay, let's find out what else is in the room. Because there's actually stuff in here. This is just the carry loot. Oh no, that was literally what was in the room.
Said there were a bunch of relatively fresh bodies in here.
Yeah, the carry loot is pretty much what all that stuff came from.
Are there any intact clothes or anything on any of these bodies?
Shoes? I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't think the ghouls will eat the shoes, but they'll eat the feet in them.
Find a good, decent pair of shoes or boots in the body.
You have a luck roll?
Yes.
Make a luck roll.
I fail. Can I also make a luck roll for some trousers?
I will. You know, I honestly don't think there's going to be any salvageable trousers.
Fine.
Boots I can see, but trousers, come on.
Fine.
So yeah, apparently all these dead guys had feet that were either smaller or larger than you in a much comical way.
Damn it, Peters.
7 million, partially ghoul digested corpses in the world, and you have to find one with feet smaller than your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There are a pair of double doors that lead out of here, as well as a chamber. Looks like, or actually a kind of like a little miniature hallway that leads out.
On our way out, I do want to grab the shoes anyway, just because we have other people back at camp that might be able to use them.
Okay, put them on the Google Doc.
Yep, 5 pairs of shoes.
Yep.
So you said there's a little corridor?
Yeah, you can either go through the corridor or you can go through the double doors. I'm going to abbreviate sections of this so that you can get through it quicker.
Which one is the leftmost? The doors or the little corridor?
The corridor. From the direction you're facing.
Is everyone good to go?
Yep.
I really want what's behind the doors, though.
There's a strange wind blowing through this place. It seems to be coming from these doors.
Did anyone try and open the door? Is that did something bad happen?
No. We always go left.
Dumb.
Served us well so far.
You have only a few, like the length of this game, hours to search this place and gather all the treasure you can before you are taken home.
Well, apparently some little midget guy in a red robe and a skullet seems to suggest that we should go through these double doors. So I guess we should go through these double doors.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
listen to the little dwarf.
What's down this corridor?
Well, there's a faint glow that illuminates this chamber, despite no obvious source.
My word, these doors are covered in goblins.
Well, no, I mean, when you open the doors, it is, you see rotting tapestries on the wall that surround several decrepit bunks with a dusty rug covering the floor. And there is a barely audible droning chant coming from within.
Well, I guess we go in.
If we were to listen in complete silence, could I make out any words of the chant?
You could.
All right. Scleros is just gonna go shh to everyone and hold his finger up.
Okay. Do you have any skill checks that are good for this?
Connect, notice.
No. Notice would work.
right.
If you have any kind of divine lore, that would be good too. But
Rolled a 6. Divine lore. Total 6.
okay. What you hear is the phrase. You might want to write this down because I'm not going to repeat it later on. It's up to you to remember it. Sule ketut nudrodo.
Sule Atrut.
Sule ketut nudrodo.
Nodoro.
Nodrodo.
All
Okay.
right. Yep. Klato, Verata.
Necktie.
Hey, if you get the words wrong, then you don't get the special effect later on.
Weep grana, weep ninibon.
The faint glow that is coming from this place are the last vestiges of a millennia-old light spell that continues to illuminate this room. From what you can tell. The bunks and cots are fragile wood affairs that will break when you lean on them. Although, if you could search through the disintegrating cots and linen.
What did they have? Any like cupboards or drawers or chests? at the end
Nay.
for the people's stuff.
Nay.
What was the light spell cast on? Like a stone or a
Is it just in the air?
furniture?
Just in the air. Go on, search the bunks.
In we go.
All right.
Right.
Does the chanting intensify?
No. It's
Alright.
just like the remnants. Really want to search the bunks.
So there's an auditory illusion or something as well.
Apparently.
I guess we demolish the bunks and then spread out the debris with the spears and see if we can see anything in amongst them.
Okay, what a good idea. Glad you thought of that.
That little red midget again.
Yeah. Roll 1d8.
6.
Wow. Of all the things to find, you found one of the coolest things you could have found.
A button.
A master forged Copish sword. Still intact and still just as sharp and deadly as the day it was forged. This thing is really deadly. I'm gonna post up the special effect for this thing in the chat, and then I'm gonna give you the stats for it.
Oh wow.
And that was a random roll. I did not plant that there.
Well, I punch things, so someone else should take the Kopesh.
I guess I'll take it. Unless someone else wants it.
You gonna give your sword to somebody else?
Yeah, sure. Who needs a sword?
I totally need it. No, never mind.
Actually, I've got a friend who could use it.
Okay, and I hand it over.
Your sword, right? Or
Yeah.
the Kopech.
The long sword.
Standard longsword stats.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Okay. Here are the standard longsword stats. Take a note that the part here where it says AC 13, that is that's the shock value. So
Right.
if you miss something that has an AC 13 or lower, you can still inflict 2 points of damage on it.
All right.
Some of y'all were missing earlier and not using your shock. Or not checking your shock, so.
Such a fine blade needs a name.
I shall call this blade Blade.
I was going to call it Seethesh.
I feel like that's kind of dirty, but
Kopesh and Seethesh.
oh, okay. Yeah. Nice job. Okay. Well, there's nothing else in the priest's chamber.
Not even the priest.
Definitely not the priests. But out of all the rooms in the entire crypt, that's probably one of the best ones.
Right, well, jobs are good, and let's go home.
Yep. Well, from here, let me see, where can you go? So you're on level 2. Yeah, you can either proceed down a long-ish corridor, or you can take another tunnel off to the side that leads into another room. Like I said, I'm having to abbreviate this map so that you guys can get through this at a fairly rapid rate, because you will not be able to come back.
I say we return to the rule of left.
Seems right.
No, left.
Okay, we take the leftmost exit from the room, from where we
Okay.
came in.
All right, so heading into that area. Broken bones litter the entire floor of this area, forming small piles in some places. Apparently, the ghouls must have been dumping all the bones and stuff that they didn't want in this room. The bones are old and new, splintered and broken with obvious teeth marks, sucked dry of any marrow. But you could search the piles if you wished.
Sure.
All right. Well,
Are there any other entrances or exits that are open?
yes, there is an exit from this room,
All right.
aside from the one that you walked in.
I'll keep an eye on that door or portal, whatever.
Well, as you start to examine the piles, you'll step on the bones, which will loudly splinter and trigger a crypt event. You hear a hideous preternatural screech echoing throughout the entire tomb. You all cower for a moment. You don't know what that was, but there's something further down that's not happy.
Is that Kopesh just really good, or is it magic?
It's masterwork.
Because remember that thing we fought in the other dungeon that we couldn't hurt because he didn't have any magical attacks?
Well, this weapon is not magic. It's just masterwork.
Okay.
I can be the magic alarm if anyone needs to check. I have an ability.
Okay. If you're magical, we can pick you up by the feet and use you to beat the monster to death.
There you go. Okay. I need y'all to roll a 1d8 if you're searching through the piles of bones, since you were.
6.
8.
Okay. This thing says 1 crypt loot, but I'm going to go ahead and give you 2, just because, like I said, this is kind of a treasure run for you guys. So, Grim,
Yes.
or I should say Bandara, you find a leather purse with some gold teeth. Roll 2d6 to find out how many.
Okay. 4.
4 gold teeth, each worth 20 silver pieces. Let's see, I'll copy that into the
Yeah.
thing so you guys can do this a little bit more easily.
I can put my other money in the purse.
Just make sure you guys are copying stuff out of the private chat.
Yep, making sure to do it.
Okay. And you found a satchel with 2 fire pots inside.
And what would the fire pots be?
Something I'll have to look up later. Unless you really want me to dig out my Tales of Argosia book and
No,
No.
that's fine.
that's
I got
okay.
something. I simply got something I don't quite understand now.
Yeah.
But the okay, I might be reading too much into this, but that sort of sounds like it might be Greek fiery type stuff, which might be useful to know.
It does.
Yeah.
See if I can find it in the index.
Well, but also like
No,
We-
of course not.
I'm probably not going to take the time to really stop and analyze it too much.
Also true. I can't wait till I actually get these physical books in my hand. I'm telling you, man, this is some cool looking stuff. I'll show you guys after the game. Let me see. Fire pot. Smelling salts, troll blood ointment. Fire pot. Okay. Some of this will not apply because these are Argosia rules, but there you go. It's a thrown missile weapon. It explodes in a melee area, causing 1d10 damage. And save or you are burning and creates a thick cloud of smoke.
Is that on a 19 or higher?
No, you need a natural 19 luck con check or burning. That's Argosia rules.
Okay, so ignore that.
Yeah, ignore that. I'm just copying it straight out of the book.
Hmm?
Yeah. Like I said, for the most part, I think this, this translates pretty well. So that's why I was willing to try it. That it really looks like a good little dungeon. Okay, well, you found the bone pile. Are you going to proceed down the stairs or go back up and try the other way you didn't go?
Down, deeper and down.
Down the Goblin Town.
All right, well, it's pitch black on the stairs down with more of these clawed footprints.
But
The stone stairs lead down.
Do we have
Level
anything we
3.
can put in that lantern?
You guys bring oil?
did we even have oil?
Exactly.
We definitely. It's not on there,
Yeah.
so I guess not.
Jan, does your species produce oil?
I'm
Oh,
not
we got the
going
fire
to
pot.
Answer that.
Well, congratulations. You're
we-
actually...
Sorry.
Yeah,
You'll have to-
You're in the lowest part of the dungeon. We only have so much time, guys, but this is where all the good stuff is. You want to talk or do you want to do it?
Let's go.
That's what I thought. Okay. So, entering this area, it is pitch black and there is an acrid, musty smell. You see several pillars situated down the center of this enormous hall, longer than the torchlight extends. Hundreds of bones are scattered across the floor, and a black tar-like substance covers the bones and most surfaces. The bones have been stripped of any flesh. But in certain piles of it, you do see a few things gleaming.
Tar
Back in we
light?
go.
Sorry, go ahead, Carter.
Oh, I was saying back into the bone piles we go, I suppose.
Well, there's,
I'm gonna-
there's like... Go on.
I'm gonna just poke it with a spear.
What?
The tar. Does it seem to grasp or corrode anything?
You poke it with a spear and it seems to shimmy and shiver, and then you see that it is actually much larger than you originally anticipated as it begins to move closer to you. It's actually about the size of a large wagon now that you see it oozing in its strange iridescent black color.
Where's this fire pot?
Yeah.
Well, if it's close enough to me, I'll just actually dip the torch down and just touch the edge of the torch to it and see if it is flammable.
It immediately becomes hostile because it is always hungry.
Right. Back up, back up, back up. Fire pots.
Right.
On the plus side, this is easy to hit. What are you going to do as this sentient ooze moves towards you?
I'm gonna fumble about with one of the fire pots and pass it off. Here, one of you guys, you're better throws than I am.
Okay, so you're passing fire pots to other people this round.
Yes.
Who are you passing it to? Because it's going to eat up their turn too.
Do they have like are they like grenados? They have a wick that sticks out that obviously needs lighting, or are we to infer that they spontaneously light, or we don't know?
You see what I posted in the private chat? That's literally all I know about it. As far as I know, I guess you throw the pot breaks and is exposed to air or oxygen, and then goes boom.
Yeah, or it could be divided into two sections and have different chemical in each.
Yep. But I'm willing to bet it's probably, once it hits the air, it goes boom.
Right. So the point is that the guy with the torch doesn't need to be there to kickstart them. So I am going to back away as far as I can while still leaving enough light for these gentlemen who are going to be nearest this thing to see what's going on.
Okay.
Scouros.
So Augustus is backing up. Kalia is saying, "Here, take my fire pots. Here, take my fire pots. Here, take my fire pots."
I'll take a fire pot and throw it at the thing.
All right. You get to throw it. Throw it. Attack roll.
I botch.
Did you roll a 1?
I did roll one. I'll take one. Oops! Smash.
Oh my god.
I really could have done with some shoes.
You died.
Okay. So I'm looking at the map. 1 is the cardinal north. I want you to roll a d8 to see which direction this thing falls.
1.
Dead in front of you. Okay. So, Bandara fumbles with the fire pot, manages to drop it directly at his feet, exploding it on himself, the thing, and everybody else who is in the radius.
Do we get to make a evasion save or something to get out of the way of it?
No, you just get to eat the damage, and then you get to make a save, or you're burning. So everybody, just roll 1d10, and that will hit everybody who's right up in the front rank.
Okay.
Obviously, Augustus is the only one who is definitely not in the range of this thing.
I got a 9.
5.
No. You didn't listen. Bendara, you roll the d10 damage.
Well, I rolled a 1, so
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Well, at least it.
Everybody
helped this
takes.
time.
Yeah, everybody takes 1 point of damage as a tiny little man with a Bic lighter walks out and burns all of you for 1 point of damage, including the opponent. Augustus is very, standing at the back going, "Whoo, glad it didn't burn me." Good job. The ooze is damaged for 1 point, but everybody still has to make a save or be burning.
Okay.
What kind of save?
Physical save.
So call it a luck save.
No, Lux.
14. I'm fine.
Okay. Scleros,
13 luck is 13, so I'm good.
you're good. Caster,
7.
you are burning. John,
Ah!
I got a 5 under 13.
you are burning.
Yeah.
The fish man is frying. Augustus, like I said, is far enough away that he doesn't have to worry about it, and the nasty slime itself got a natural 19. It is not burning.
John, you have never smelt better in your life.
It's like, yeah, actually, yeah. Augustus walks over and starts throwing breadcrumbs on Jan.
Here you go. Look, you can turn yourself over.
Does anyone else want to try throwing a different one?
Okay, so Bandara has gone, Kalaya has gone, Augustus has gone, so now it's Jan who is burning and Scleros who is okay. So Jan and Scleros get to go.
Do you really want me to take the shot with this?
Yes.
All right.
You do get +2, I think.
Yeah,
Although maybe go a bit further out this time.
+2?
yeah, +2 bonus on the attack roll.
All right. In addition to my base, so all right, that's not a bad. It's +3. All right. Natural 20.
Holy crap!
It's a game of opposites.
It really is. Okay, a crit is maximum damage plus half your level.
So that's rounding down or up.
Rounded up.
So maximum damage of the fire, I don't know, but half my
D10.
level. Oh, so right. 12 damage.
Nasty. Okay, if this thing, just didn't have like tons and tons and tons of hit points because it's a D10 or it's a 10 hit dice monster. Let me see how many hit points it actually has because I haven't actually rolled those up yet. One moment while I do some calculation. Because they don't actually list the critter's hit points, they just have hit dice. So I like to be, old school and just roll up the hit points and say, yep, there we go. So you did 12 hit points of damage to this thing. Actually hurt it pretty good.
All right.
Is it on fire?
That is my next roll. I'm going to see whether or not it's saved this time. It is on fire. And you have used up the fire pots, but hey,
Cool.
Easy come, easy go.
Never mind.
Okay, Jan, you're the only one who hasn't gone.
I only have my Kopesh.
The cool new Kopesh that you guys just found?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess you better do something with it.
Okay.
You might
Maybe you can use it to beat out the flames that are engulfing you right now.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're gonna
make
spend
sure
this.
you use the flat of the blade.
You're gonna spend this turn putting your flames out so you don't
Yes.
burn.
Yes.
Okay, I will allow that. So, yeah, Jan is basically like, God, I'm burning, and you know,
How much hit points do I lose from that?
you're fine. You're fine. You used your turn to put it out, so
Okay, cool.
that's everybody. Now the slime gets to go. Actually, the ooze. Bandara is really like pretty much the guy who's standing in front of it. So,
How lucky we are that it'll now shoot out a flaming pseudopod.
that would be funny. It rolled a 5, but with its hit dice, it allows that to do 15 to hit.
That's a hit then.
Okay, then. Its tendrils are acidic. And they do a lot of damage, dude. Like, I'm not kidding. 9 damage from an acidic tentacle.
Ow.
Or tendril.
I am severely burned.
He's going to have a nice permanent scar from that one. Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed double damage from fire. Oh my gosh. I get to take some more damage off this thing. Mike, good job.
Nice.
But yeah, this thing's really badly hurt. And even Grimm's little 1 point of damage converted to 2 on this thing. So
Yay! I'm helping.
So okay, yes. And that is one thing you guys can notice is that this thing really does not like fire, and it is on fire right now. So it's back to the party's turn. You guys can see Bandara is very badly hurt from this thing.
I'm gonna do a full defensive retreat.
Yeah,
Because I
Bandara's
can't
just
punch this thing; it'll just burn me.
leg it.
Is there anything in the room that I can knock over onto the slime?
It's a big slime.
It's a slime the size of a wagon.
Never
I mean, yeah, there are pillars in here. I mean, like if you want to take a couple of years and borrow, Kalaya's hammer, you could probably smash one onto it eventually if it didn't eat you first.
Okay.
And your party. So what are y'all doing?
I guess we run. Wait
So-
for the slime to take more damage until it's finally dead.
I definitely can't take another hit. Well, actually, I haven't been hit from this thing yet, but yeah.
But you are weak and made of wet cardboard.
Yep.
So it sounds like we're all retreating, I guess.
Well, Augustus had already retreated. Kalaya, what are you doing?
Notice that they're all retreating and follow after.
Okay, so everybody retreats away from this thing. Are you
Okay.
actually leaving this room?
So, you know the nice cotton robe I got last time?
Uh-huh.
Gonna light that in Augustus's torch, and I'm going to throw it on the slime.
The one that's already burning?
Yep, I want to make sure it really goes up.
So you're
More
basically gonna run over to it and
wait,
hit it with a torch.
I should wait until the fire goes out. Never mind. Forget that.
Okay. So let me get this right. You can retreat out of this room, or you could try to retreat further back into it because it is a long room. Like I said, it's an enormous hall. It's longer than the torchlight extends.
Well, just back the way we came. really.
Well, in your confusion, you actually don't go back the way you came because, time is running out and I want you to get to the last part. So, you leave the flaming ooze, you fool yourself on on the staircase, and end up in the last room. And there you see it in front of you. A strange strobing light is illuminating the entire room. The sounds of quiet flapping and rustling.
A disco ball.
Worse. You see a sarcophagus strobing with beams of light, floating above a well on a raised dais in this gigantic chamber that is so tall the ceiling extends beyond your torchlight. The room is hexagonal shaped, and the dais appears to be hexagonal also.
And there's nothing else in the room, just this
The dais,
glowing. Yes.
the well, and the floating sarcophagus.
So what'll it be first?
Make sure that slime doesn't come in behind us and finish us off.
Or that it doesn't come out of the well.
Is it still on fire back there?
It's still on fire way back where.
Okay. I guess carefully approach this. Well, no, someone else should take the lead. I'm quite badly hurt.
I guess I'll take the lead because I have 7 hit points.
And a giant masterwork Kopesh.
Yep.
That's what you see.
That's not foreboding at all.
What's the script look like on the paper or whatever?
Don't know. Are you getting closer to it to look?
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
Say the
Before you
magic
get
word.
close, yeah. Just looking them up.
The words.
Sule Katrut Nadrodo.
Yeah, your words don't seem to have any effect in here right now.
And I open the sarcophagus.
Okay. You cross the threshold, stand before the well, and reach out and touch the sarcophagus without having checked it at all, and it disappears completely. It vanishes. However, what it's replaced with is something you really wish you hadn't seen. One moment while I arrange this. I swear, this is like not the most friendly application.
We all slowly lean in, anticipating.
I apologize. Trying to do this to where you can't actually see anything, but just have to go with this horrifying creature. With its many mouths.
It's like looks like a necromorph.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I say again with more piety, Sule Katrut Nadrodo.
Well, unfortunately, this thing is not an undead. That would be very effective.
So, we kill it, reanimate it, then you say the words.
There you go.
I'm just gonna start shouting that at everything we run across.
Well, this thing will appear not necessarily in the center of the well, but directly above it, clinging to the ceiling. It will land on the edge of the well and it will cackle at you. Let's see how it's feeling right now. I need to roll its check anyway, because I'll show you something special about that here in a minute. I got a 9. So it'll kind of smile at you almost with its mouths. Thank you, mortals. I appreciate you freeing me. It's been a long time since I've been out of this chamber. Now would one of you be so kind as to offer yourselves to me for feeding?
The goblins.
And
Weren't here.
Damn it.
That one's already parboiled. Pointing at Jan.
No, I'm not. He has more meat on him. Fat as well. You'll like him more.
I believe it's initiative.
Seems ungrateful to want to eat to those who freed you.
Initiative
I'll only-
is 2d6.
I'll only take 1. There's no initiative.
Oh, no initiative.
You-
Okay.
Didn't you just tell us initiative?
Well, you know what I mean.
Means
Combat's
command.
beginning.
Okay.
All right, do we just like completely leg it, or do we try and fight this thing? Because I don't think I can. I don't think many of us can take more than
Yeah,
like.
I don't think we can take it, but if we did, we'd probably get really cool treasure.
Well, actually, let me make it easy on you. Which one of you has the least amount of hit points right now?
I've got 5 hit points.
Bandara?
I have 7 currently. My main problem is a lack of armor class.
Scaleros?
He already said 7. Or he said 5.
5.
I'm at 18.
Augustus?
8.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So Scaleros has the least.
What do you have?
I have 7.
So what I'm taking from this is that well, can't remember how you pronounce your character's name, Caster. Kalua? No.
Aaliyah?
Kalaya.
Kalaya.
Yeah.
Sounds like you should tank it.
If he's going for me, he's getting one good punch in the jaw. But it's our go. So, can I punch him and then run away?
I mean, I guess it's big enough that, yeah, you could be considered to be in its attack range, so I'll allow it.
All right.
It isn't particularly hard to hit. It's got just a ton of hit points and stuff.
Yeah. I'm using Hand of Doom. 6 to hit.
Really?
Really? Honor system?
What about? So what's the shock?
It actually, I think it's pretty good. 2 if its AC is below 15.
Its AC is below 15.
All right, 2 damage. So I
2
give him
damage.
a good old slap.
And your
Run.
weapon is considered magical?
My Hand of Doom. I thought it said there they get a hit. No, it doesn't specifically state that, but it's the adaptability.
Okay, so I gotta look that up, huh?
No, it's I have the entry right here.
Okay.
It doesn't specifically state magic anywhere, but I'll double check for you. But I've had this one since the beginning, so I'm pretty sure that would be in cities.
Yeah, this is the problem when we don't get to play every single week because everybody forgets the rules.
There's probably a reason why so many people like Alexander Macro says to play every week.
Yeah. Because you forget rules.
Yeah.
I think it would have said magic if it meant magic. Because there's a whole other section on magical items, and the grace is before that. Yeah, no, it's the exact same entry that I had. I copy pasted it.
You're graced, right?
Yeah.
Hand of Doom. Your hands and feet have hardness and durability of steel and are impervious to most forms of damage. Your unarmed attacks do 1d10 damage and shock. They get hit, damage, and shock bonus equal to your level divided by 3. You may use your unarmed attacks to inflict lethal damage with 1d8 trauma dice and trauma rating. Unarmed combatant focus doesn't stack with this. So I'm going to say, no, it's not magic.
Yeah.
So, even though you did manage to hit it more or less by proxy with your shock, it deals absolutely no damage to this thing.
All right.
I'm back.
And everybody saw that, so.
So it's impervious to non-magical attacks.
Or possibly some other type of attack. Who's next?
Sorry, I had been inferring that the dais was on the far side of the well, so the creature is between us and it with the dais, right?
No, it's a hexagonal shaped room.
Yeah.
There is a hexagonal dais in the center of the room.
Right.
And the well is in the center of the dais.
Gotcha. Right. Sorry, I'm with you now. Oh, so the well itself is extended above the, as it were. Yeah, it projects. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go towards the monster and attack it with my sword.
Okay. So you're running up with your Kopesh to hit it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, roll hit.
+1. That's natural 1.
Oh.
It gets an immediate counterattack. We may get our... It may find its feast right now. Ooh.
20,
excuse me. 23 is going to hit.
Yes, it is.
You take
Remember.
you take 11 points of damage from its claw counterattack.
I am dead.
So here's what you guys see. Jan, the fishman, runs up there bravely brandishing his brand new Kopesh. He swings, but not used to the heft of the weapon, misses by a country mile. This thing grabs him on both shoulders and literally bites his head off, and then begins consuming the corpse.
Goodbye, Fishman.
But he did drop his Kopesh.
Yeah, I'll edge close enough to grab the Kopesh and then back away again.
Okay, so that's... Let's see, who hasn't gone now?
Hey, it's eaten. Does that mean that everyone else gets to leave?
Can I get there?
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I've not gone yet.
Okay, Kalai, what are you going to do?
Well, considering the body's not recoverable, going to begin to back away because at this point I couldn't piece them back together.
All right, is everybody gone?
I haven't technically acted yet, but the room will become a little darker and a little more in shadow unless it's got its own independent light source. As Augustus just backs away, taking the torch with him.
Okay, the room had a light source while the strobing illusion was in effect. So yeah, this place is going to get dark with him backing out of the room. So everybody has gone.
Yes.
Okay, here's what happens. The Zogoth will continue to casually devour Jan's body. And it basically just kind of strolls right past you. Because it's it's abundantly clear that you can't harm it. So it has no fear of you whatsoever. And one of the mouths that's on it that isn't busy eating will kind of chitter at you. Thank you so much. You've given me my freedom and a meal. For this, you may live.
And then
Consider
a tidal
this
wave of
your
burning
gift.
slime falls on it.
It'll... unless on your subsequent turn you choose to stop this thing or attempt to stop this thing, it will leave this room.
Well, like you said, there's no way we can stop it, so...
All right. Then it will leave this room and carrying Jan's body, and the rest of you are stood in a room, which I guess is a little bit darker now because one of you backed out of it who was holding a light source.
I think I know what that thing was. Somebody else's problem.
Well, if it's an apocalyptic problem, then that's going to affect us. We do keep our stuff on the world.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right,
it's a big
that's right.
place.
That's where I keep my things.
What
Where's
now?
Augustus gone?
Oh no, he won't have gone far. I mean, I'm sure he would have.
You probably
I mean, this
fought
thing-
against the door when the.
I was
thing
going to say, yeah. I mean, if he couldn't, if this thing was so big that he couldn't sort of safely, inverted commas, flatten himself against a wall and let it go past him, he would have retreated back out into the larger room to make sure that it could go past him.
No. It was actually going up the staircase, so it's on its merry way out of this place.
Ah, sorry.
All
There's a staircase out of here, separate from the way we came in.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's a hexagonal staircase that actually extends all the way around the tomb.
Well, yeah, I guess while we're here, we should check for any grave goods or anything useful that horrific beast left behind.
We haven't looked in the well.
Let's peek in the well.
After you.
The well is 2 feet deep and includes pieces of the actual sarcophagus, the one that looked like it was floating above. I mean, you can see it laying in pieces inside the well. There are bits of destroyed mummy sticking out. And there are many gemstones and an absolutely beautiful spear laying in the bottom. That probably would have worked on the demon had anybody picked it up.
It was on the other side of the demon. This is kind of a yeah.
Well, if we have to, we can give this to some other hero who wants to fight it.
We'll go on in,
We
fish it out.
gonna lean over and try to pull that out.
I didn't mean to say fish. That was very insensitive of me. Sorry. Fetch it out.
Gonna fish it out.
Oh, too soon.
Too soon.
No.
Thank you, Jan, though. You gave your life.
Your noble sacrifice.
A noble sacrifice.
We better be careful that the treasure isn't poissoned.
So, first off, let's figure out what the valuables that you find are. We're running low on time, and I don't want you guys to get to your last little treat here before the session ends. So I have 1x valuables, 1x valuables B worth of gemstones, and on that table, let's see, I have valuables B. Somebody roll.
Let's give Witch King the honor of rolling in compensation for losing his character.
Okay.
I agree. Okay,
So D100?
go ahead and roll.
D100?
D100. Yes,
Okay.
D100.
32.
32. Okay. Figure out how they're trying to set this up. Because it says 1x valuables B worth of gemstones. Okay, so I guess it's just the treasure value worth of gemstones. That's what they're talking about. So scattered them in the bottom of this well are 620 silver pieces worth of gemstones.
Gold pieces?
Gems.
Oh, okay. No, I was asking, was it 620 gold pieces worth of gems or not?
Silver pieces.
Silver
Okay,
pieces. They are moonstones and amethysts. Here, let me post that up so you guys can add it to your stuff. And Ironcaster, you grabbed the spear.
Yes.
This is the Spear of Kursaba. It is a magical weapon. It is a two-handed spear. So I'm figuring first you're going to want, what are the stats on a two-handed spear? So I shall give you that. Okay, first off, it is two-handed, so it cannot be thrown. It is strength attribute only. And then here's all the special abilities it has. Now, I'm only warning you about the special, just so you have some ahead of time stuff on this, but
Talk to animal.
You might need to post a second part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it cut off at special U Devel.
Yeah. And as you collect the gemstones and the spear, a green smoke envelops everybody except Jan, who is not here.
It's a bit muscular.
And you find yourself standing around the settlement fire with dawn breaking. See the Hell King standing nearby and giggling. Thank you for freeing my associate. I appreciate you. You can keep the treasure. Call it a reward for a service to a Hell King. We'll see you next year. Disappear into the fire.
I was hoping one of us will turn into the Eternal Champion and we'll have a Hell King on our side for the chaos.
Do I look like Michael Moorcock?
Don't know. Maybe.
No. He's old.
More like Guillermo del Toro then.
Yeah, that's about right. Funny thing is, Guillermo is it means it's William in English.
Oh.
Yeah, so literally, it's like whenever we talk about Guillermo del Toro, we nicknamed him Billy the Bull. That's what Del Toro is, the bull.
Apparently, the one Japanese girl from Pacific Rim called him Totoro because she couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, Totoro.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Totoro. Okay, guys. So that is the end of the episode, the adventure. And if you'll stick around for a couple minutes, I'll show you some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
For everybody who's out there tuning in, thank you very much. We'll see you next game. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Peace.